So this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Cyborg Cop 2. It's going to be another Karate Man recommendation. I'm looking at the VHS cover. David Bradley with his big gun. You thought he was dead. You were wrong. Dead wrong. That's what the VHS cover says. I'm giving it 5 out of 5 stars. Sam Firstenberg has to be the best action director. It's funny because I think he did the first 3 American Ninjas, but then he didn't do the last 2 with David Bradley. I think. Let's see. He did Mackenzie's Island. Operation Delta Force, which I can't find on YouTube, but Karate Man says it's on there, but he won't send me the link. He did Cyborg Cop 2, American Samurai. Another great flick with David Bradley. Delta Force 3, The Killing Game. Then he did Avenging Force, American Ninja 2, The Confrontation. So he didn't do American Ninja 3. But he did a lot of the Karate Man favorites and a lot of my favorites too. Of course, I don't like all of them nearly as much as Karate Man does, but overall, he's got a pretty impressive resume. Let me just put it to you that way. Cyborg Cop 2 is 1994 U.S. direct-to-video action film directed by Sam Firstenberg, the great action director, and written by John Stevens and Firstenberg. Oh, I forgot to give Firstenberg writing credit on this thing. I better do it now before a Karate Man catches me. No, I'm just kidding. Sam, I can never spell his last name. Firstenberg. There. How's that? I just put written by Sam Firstenberg. It is a sequel to the 1993 Cyborg Cop, although it doesn't really pick up where the last one left off. Nobody from the original movie are in this except for David Bradley. The stars are David Bradley, Morgan Hunter, Jill Pierce, Victor Malini. It's the second installment in the Cyborg Cop film series. I didn't even realize he had a son. I know he sort of adopted his cyborg brother's son at the end. It doesn't really explain how he got back into the DEA. I don't remember seeing that in the first movie, Cyborg Cop. Anyways, some lack of continuity here between the first one and the second one. Crime boss Jesse Stark-Raven leads his gang in an attack on a drug den. Not cooperating with Stark-Raven's demands, the assault quickly turns into a hostage situation when police arrive. Renegade DEA agent Jack Ryan arrives. He attempts to negotiate with Stark-Raven, but this fails when Stark-Raven recognizes Ryan as the officer who killed his brother, Harlan, during a crime sometime prior. All these people are new characters, except for Jack Ryan. It doesn't explain how he got back to being a DEA agent after the bad publicity he got in the first one. Stark-Raven kills several hostages, including Ryan's partner, before he is finally captured. There's a really annoying background music in this one. It's like whoa, 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 whoa. Then you hear drum beat. It sounds really bad and out of place. But you sort of get used to it after a while. And you just accept it as part of the movie, I guess. Subsequently, Stark Raven is convicted of killing a cop and he's sentenced to death because he killed David Bradley's black friend. Cop. He's a cop killer. While awaiting his sentence on death row, Stark Raven is kidnapped by government agents under the guise of a prison transfer. He's taken into custody of the anti-terrorism group, also known as ATG, another fictional government covert operation. Kind of similar to OSI and the $1 Million Man. He's converted into a cyborg alongside several other test subjects, now dubbed Spartacus by the scientists. He is meant to lead the army of cyborg soldiers. He's got a really cool sounding voice, a robotic voice. It's the Spartacus. Meanwhile, Ryan learns of Stark Raven's apparent escape. He begins conducting an investigation to find him against the orders of his boss, Captain Salerno. He collaborates with former Sheriff Sam Pickens, who is still well respected in the community, even after being removed from office for looking too far into ATG's activity. During a party to celebrate the success of the project, head scientist Dr. Owens takes a woman into the room. This is a nude scene. There's only one nude scene in this film, but it's a good one. Yeah. We like direct-to-video Sam Firstenberg, me and Karate Man. I've never seen RoboCop, believe it or not. Karate Man's in the chat room, by the way. I went to coma for about 5 or 6 hours today. Here's my lasagna that I was munching on before I finished Cyborg Cop 2. Do I even have RoboCop in my DVD queue? I'm going to look it up. Yeah, I've often wondered whatever happened to David Bradley. How come he's not doing any more movies like Steven Seagal? How come Steven Seagal's doing movies to him? Because he's buddies with Putin. And his movies stink now. Steven Seagal. I thought he was good in Machete, though. That was a decent Steven Seagal movie. Machete. He disappeared from Hollywood. What's he doing now? Selling used cars? Valet parking attendant? Security guard? He kind of disappeared like who's that guy in Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2? Eric Freeman? Remember that guy? Garbage Day. I kind of disappeared like that guy. All right, let's see if I can find RoboCop. Oh, it's not letting me. Bummer. Spartacus suddenly awakens and attacks Dr. Owens And the naked lady. Oh, the $6 million man gets 2 out of 5 stars. Season 1, disc 1. RoboCop is $3.95 on my Netflix queue. Karate Man and I should dedicate a website called Finding David Bradley. That's how Garbage Can Film Man found Eric Freeman. He created a website called Finding Freeman. All right. Is David Bradley still alive? He's got to be in his 70s. Right? Or his 60s. He's got to be at least 60. So while the two are having a romantic encounter, Spartacus suddenly awakens and he attacks them, killing the woman while taking Owens hostage. Spartacus seizes and he destroys all but one control bracelet, which he keeps for himself to give himself control over the other cyborg. So he killed his master. Now he wants to go on a rampage like Frankenstein. He has the other cyborgs kill everybody at the party by burning down the building before leaving it in a truck with Owens held hostage for a second facility where more cyborgs are being created. It looks like a nuclear plant, which catches on fire at the end. Kind of dangerous Chernobyl type situation at the end. ATG project leader Liz McDowell arrives the next day to review the incident, and she attempts to track down Spartacus quietly. However, Ryan's investigation brings him to her attention. She sends agents to follow him, but he swiftly dispatches them. So the two are kind of fighting, kind of like David Bradley and the Blondie in the first movie, and then they become intimate. Kind of predictable, the way David Bradley handles women in these movies. Later, he breaks into an ATG office to gather information. He is detected by dogs, and he's confronted by security guards, but he escapes after discovering proof that Starkraven was taken by the HEG for conversion into a cyborg. Meanwhile, Spartacus and some of the other cyborgs travel to a gas station to steal fuel for their recharging generators. They just start blasting up the place. Ryan arrives, and he saves a woman and a young boy from them. He's like Superman, David Bradley. But he's defeated by Spartacus and nearly killed. But he survives when authorities arrive and critically damage Spartacus, forcing the cyborgs to retreat. So there are a lot of cool explosions in this movie. First 20 minutes is like nonstop action. Sam Firstenberg said David was doing a music band temporarily in Texas. I guess the music band didn't last too long. Wonder why he gave up on acting. I guess when you get old, you can't act anymore. Unless you're Steven Seagal. All right. Ryan is arrested and he's brought before McDowell, who warns him not to interfere with the ATG. He subsequently escapes from her men. He travels to Pickens' home in order to prepare for an assault on Spartacus's headquarters, which is in a nuclear power plant. Why they picked a nuclear power plant for this, I don't know. Spartacus announces his intention to conquer cities and to convert all humans into cyborgs, establishing an empire with himself as the leader, and he dispatches 2 cyborgs to kill Ryan. He wants Ryan to be the first cyborg slave because he still hates Ryan, even though he's a cyborg. Ryan manages to defeat and destroy them, but not before they kill Pickens. McDowell arrives, and she is convinced by Ryan to team up with him. Oh, they become friends all of a sudden. David Bradley is very convincing with women, both movies. I wish I had his powers of persuasion skills with these white women. Then I'll be getting somewhere in life. As it is, my checking account is like $423, I think. And I don't get paid till Friday. There might be some more automatic drafts coming out of my checking account. And I've got grocery shopping to do. And I've got to buy gas for my car, of course, because I'm going back and forth between here and San Mateo to pick up my son. So I applied for a 9-to-1 weekday part-time job, 20 hours a week, $25 an hour, to do office clerk type work in downtown San Francisco where there's no parking. So I'm thinking I have to park my car at my other job in the basement and walk over to that one if I can get it. But the problem is that Robert Half never calls me, even though I'm technically on board with them. All right. So where was I? I could use like the extra $500 extra 2 weeks to pay bills because I got bills piling up and I don't have enough money to pay any of them right now. It's very unfortunate. Ryan, let's see. So McDowell is providing the weaponry necessary to destroy Spartacus. The two arm themselves and they travel to the facility where the cyborgs are hiding. I think it's a nuclear facility. It looks like it. Destroying a number of them on their way to the lab. Once they get there, Spartacus appears on a video screen and he reveals that he has taken Ryan's son hostage. Oh, Karate Man says, I heard Dudikoff did not get along with David Bradley when doing American Ninja 4. David Bradley had an ego, mainly because he wanted to be the stars. So that explains why they barely have any scenes together. Oh, I didn't like American Ninja 4 as much as I liked American Ninja 5. Where did this son come from, this blonde kid? I don't remember him in the first movie. I know there was another kid that was David Bradley's Cyborg brothers' adopted son, or soon-to-be adopted son. But it wasn't the same actor. I know that. So how did Ryan come about having a son? A lot of unexplained plot holes in this. The cyborgs bring Ryan and McDowell before Spartacus, who tells them he will turn Ryan's son into a cyborg before converting both of them as well. So he's threatening to turn all three of them into cyborgs. Ryan overpowers the cyborgs. Of course, he's Dave Bradley. He frees his son and he fights Spartacus, managing to steal the control bracelet and deactivate the other cyborg. A pretty cool scene where he electrocutes. Well, first he hangs the Spartacus on a magnet. Then he drops him on this electrical metal thing, electrocuting him. Then he pours gasoline or something on him, and then he lights him on fire. Pretty spectacular way to kill a cyborg. I was impressed. I was very impressed. Spartacus is dropped into electric cables by a magnet, and he is killed when Ryan pours liquid onto him, electrocuting him. Ryan, all right. Well, I don't want to spoil the ending, but you get the idea. The film was released on VHS. I talked about the VHS cover. Pretty cool looking VHS cover on Wikipedia. Yeah, I think David Bradley is more underrated. I said this before in a different video. I think he's more underrated than one of your favorite actors, Olivier Gruner. Because David Bradley movies are way superior to Olivier Gruner, partly because they're not Sam Firstenberg movies. I love Sam Firstenberg for the most part. You have to admit he has an impressive resume, like I said before. And, well, that's about all I have to say about this. I liked American Samurai. I thought that was great. I liked American Ninja 5. And how many great movies have I seen with David Bradley? Well, let me count the ways. I probably saw some of them on YouTube. What was that movie with the Karate Kid guy, Japanese dude? Can't even remember all of them. David Bradley. That's not it. Where's David Bradley? Come on. So many David Bradleys. There's a British actor named David Bradley. There are like 5 actors named David Bradley, and so it's quite a common name in this guy. Oh. Nope, that's not it. It's got to be this last one here. When I type David Bradley in the Netflix oh, here we go. All right. Yeah. I've got Hard Justice and Outside the Law in my DVD queue. I wonder why. I think Karate Man put it in there. There's also a movie called Cyborg Soldier on Netflix. Is that a Sam Firstenberg movie? Or did Sam Firstenberg do Terminal Impact? Blood Warriors and Hard Justice. Have I reviewed those? Karate Man says he left tired mainly because of the politics there. I don't blame him for that. Woke politics? Not sure what kind of politics you're referring to, Karate Man. Well, I don't know why the internet's so slow. Why does it take so long to load the YouTube main page? I can understand Netflix, but YouTube? Really? I don't like all the Sam Firstenberg movies, but for the most part, I'd say about 90% of them are all great. Wouldn't you, Karate Man? You probably say all of them are great. I bet you're closer to 100%. The Karate Man. Where's Rambo Raff for life fake account? The troll guy. Where's the British Crumpet Man? They went into hiding after Karate Man gave him the verbal karate chop. They're hiding from Karate Man's brutal verbal karate chop attack. Come on. Why does it keep spinning around? All right. So I'm going to look up Blood Warriors and Hard Justice because I probably reviewed both of them. I know Blood Warriors is on YouTube, so I must have reviewed it. 1993, rare and hard to find film. Here we go. Blood Warriors. Yep, I reviewed that one on September 4th, 2022, Blood Warriors. And I love that one. That was good. That was a good Karate Man recommendation. One of the better ones. What about Hard Justice? Did I do that one? Hard Justice. No, I haven't reviewed Hard Justice. There is no poster for Cyborg Cop 2. It's a VHS cover, Karate Man. It's not a poster. I just wanted to make that correction. Anyways, I'm going to look for Hard Justice. Thanks for the recommendation. I'll look for it. It's not on my channel. I haven't reviewed it. It's not on Netflix, but I'll see if I can find it on YouTube later.